Hi everybody! I do not like that dark edge at the bottom. I think I'll shoot from the other side of the table tomorrow or next time, but in the meantime, here we are. I am going to get going on the fourth layer here in this 4 foot by 5 foot encaustic composition. And just to remind everybody, catch the first 3 layers on IGTV. I've posted them there. They're on YouTube as well. IGTV, I'm at PBS Artist. You can find them there and see what each layer is composed of. And then if you have questions, pop them in the comment. But in the meantime, real quick, I started with a layer directly on the board, so pre-encaustic layer. And then I came in with an encaustic layer. And then I have since added in another layer of non-encaustic, tinted gessos and some mark making. And now I'm back at an encaustic layer. This is just, so you know, this is synonymous. This process I'm trying to do live, which is the first time I've done this. It's so intuitive and it's so inside. It's such an inside job that I wasn't sure I'd pull it off, and I'm still not, because I have to remain outside to pay attention to y'all. But yeah, it's very much an inside job to respond intuitively, but I'm really intrigued to see how it goes. I'm having a whole lot of fun doing this, so I'll keep it going. But what I'm getting at is that I have 2 live workshops in April through the Zoom app, and the first one starts on Monday. It's a 2-week Monday, Thursday encaustic painting workshop. We're going to go through my book. And then the second one starts directly thereafter, Monday, Thursday, and it is this intuitive abstraction. You do not need to be practicing encaustic to participate in that. It's for anybody. It's a process oriented. So the first one is more technique oriented, and then the process, intuitive encaustic is a process oriented, intuitive abstraction is a process directed workshop. So whatever medium you paint in, if it's not encaustic, you are welcome to come along and join us there. And as a reminder, those workshops are all recorded, and I give them to anybody who has registered so that they can watch. Y'all can watch at your leisure. If you're able to follow along live, of course, you have the opportunity to do that question and answer stuff directly as we're working. But I'm thrilled that has come to be a way I'm getting back out here into the world, and it's really fun to have everybody around the studio table, even though it's not live. Did that virtually. It's been so rewarding, and I hope it is for everybody else. I've done 2 weeks of painting process, which were just live studio gatherings, and that'll start up again in May. So that's a synopsis. That's on my site, pbsartist.com, under the events tab, and there's a discount for those. If you look on some of my posts, they're there, so I won't repeat them here. I'm going to get painting. Thanks for being here. Let's see what happens. Again, this is my 4th layer, and I'm coming in with the encaustic. I didn't do too much after I shut off the camera after the 3rd layer, except white back a little bit. I took more of the tinted gesso off over the encaustic, so it's just really a tint layer. But of course, where the raw board was still exposed, it held and it grabbed much more so. So I have a little bit of tonality going on with that tinting versus strong board absorption. So I was feeling white. I was feeling like I need to introduce large swaths of white. And then I suspect I'm going to want to do a lot of scraping back through that. But at this time, before I even start, I'm only up to, I need to do some white. So that's my intention here. I don't know how exciting this will be to watch, but I'm coming at it straight with encaustic paint in this blended titanium white that I have going on. I have a big brush in order to get a lot of it down all at once. I work with all size brushes, but most common you will see in my hand a 1-inch hake brush, this guy here, or one of these larger. Let me step back and make sure you guys can see that edge. Yes, you can. Okay. Anybody watching who doesn't paint in encaustic might have a little terror moment realizing I'm putting white over everything. You can't see anything. What am I doing? I'm covering it all. But that's the beauty of encaustic. It's going to let me dig back through and remove and expose areas underneath should I choose to. So I'm not left with, I'm not covering a painting. I'm adding layers of depth to the painting. I don't know where you are today, but here in Lexington, Kentucky, it is a beautiful, I think we're hitting 70 degrees, sunny day, and the birds are just rapturous. Quinn and I mailed off some of my books. We walked to the post office and mailed off some of the book orders, and it was all she could do to not grin at me, because dogs grin. She was quite happy with the weather. She's on the deck as I speak. So over here, this is the first, oh, I bet you guys can't see this. I'm sorry. I'll do it in another spot, or I'll move you. Forgive the shaking of the camera. See if we can get all the way down into this corner I'm working on. I think I'm going to end up getting a table clamp. But in the meantime, I'm making do with what I have, because it's what I do. So this bottom corner is raw. It's the raw board with those gesso layers going on. So this white encaustic paint is going to need that overfusing I described doing in the second layer. And it behaves differently going onto the surface as well. I'm already getting those bubble marks of with the air escaping the board. Same thing is happening up here. Again, I'll make sure you guys can see this and maybe move the camera again. Yeah. I'm gonna go around this whole surface, and I'm sorry I can't have you guys see the whole thing. I'm gonna figure out how to suspend I'll do a little hammock for my camera from the ceiling. But yeah. Over here in this corner is the raw board that I'm going to be covering as well. So it just behaves a little differently and will require more fusing and maybe another layer or two to really get it covered. Now this is a different white. Both my whites are tinted, but this one has a strong green tint to it. So that's just an FYI in case you can pick it up on the camera and you wonder what's going on. Again, I'm going to shoot from the other side of the table next time I do this because I think that will help with the natural light coming in at that angle. You guys will be in front of it, behind it, however that would. Yeah. It's a little more transparency going on in this one too, which I like. I intended for my white bath, the more white bath, to be more transparent, but at this point it's not. I mixed it too strong. But that's okay, because I can play with it all. I did not turn on both palettes because I knew I wasn't going to get into the colors, but I put a few colors here that I want to use. So I think as I do this layering, so keep you posted here. See what happens if I go into those. I'm guessing about 5 more minutes of camera time, and then I'll have to stand back and stare at it. I'll do scraping off camera and come back to you next time and explain what I did off camera. But who knows, maybe I'll scrape on camera. I don't want to sit here and fuse this whole thing with y'all watching. That's boring. Or meditative, depends. Depends how you look at it. Back to the more white bath. Just trying to bring some of that, the tinted green white, through the middle, and I think I compositionally did what I intended. Again, whether it will remain that way is a question that will be revealed in the end. I cannot reach that corner. Darn it, I'm gonna have to go around. Sorry. I like how that's looking. I like how this is coming together. It's not beautiful. It's not just, making my heart sing, but it is speaking to me still, and that's what I look for. It is still resonating. It still has a life to it. I can feel and sense, and I can feel, again, that word, I can feel that yes, scraping is what I want to do, is what's called for. And then I know it's going to tell me where to go with it. I kind of have an idea what that's going to be, but I'm not going to give it up yet. So I'm going to come in and scrape this for quite some time and fuse it back and forth, scrape and fuse until I get to where I'm satisfied with how this layer looks. My intention is to pull back so that I have a more transparency in some places. I think that's what's gonna end up happening here. So again, this is where I'm going to struggle in doing this live, is that I think thing, because this is where I would respond intuitively, not talk out loud through the process. Talking through an intuitive process aloud kind of takes it out of that intuitive place and puts it back up into the head, which isn't where it needs to be if you're if you're working intuitively. So I'm going to see how this plays out. I love how the marks underneath, I'll try to capture some of them in photographs and post them. I like how the marks underneath are coming through where the gessos leave left ridges. I'm going to pan you guys across the surface, see if there's anything for you to see. And then I will get at, oh, I know why you have black at the bottom of the screen. I will totally fix that next time. It's my fault. Darn it. Did I mention this isn't my first skill? I am not a videographer. I'm taking the camera off. Excuse me for the shake. All right, again, sorry. Sorry for the shake. Sorry for the messing things up a little bit. But this is where some of that texture is coming in from the underlayers. I'm going to keep on scraping. I'm going to fuse these added layers of encaustic. And I may be at this again tomorrow because I'm feeling a bit of, ooh, I want to do that. So that means the next layer is ready to go. Going to want to be birthed here. So maybe I'll see you again tomorrow. But definitely this weekend, because Monday starts the workshop and my mind and heart are going to be focused on that, not doing this next layer. That in the studio. I have to set up the studio, clean it up in order to be ready. Look at this mess. I have to be ready to present, the step-by-steps from the book. And I have none of those materials prepared and ready to go. I do have another 4x5 board there, though, because, yes, I have another idea. This process has sprung another idea. So once I'm done with this, I am going to keep going and live my way through that one, even if this one doesn't end. All right. Thanks, you guys. Check out my site, pbsartist.com. Under the events page, I have 2 workshops up, one painting process studio gathering posted, And I've got a bunch more to come. I think in May, if what I'm thinking comes to be, I'll launch just a few 3 or 4 hour spots of workshops in acoustics so that we can all hang around. Nobody has to commit to a 2-week process if you don't have that much time. So looking forward to it. All right, you guys, this has been fun. I am really grateful that these opportunities have come my way and your way and all of our way, despite the circumstances which brought them on. I'm making lemonade out of lemons. That's not quite right. All right, over and out. Have a great day. And as always, if you can't get waxy, at least get creative.